All right, project managers, I'm going to introduce you to week 6. So this week we're talking about estimates and schedules, and hopefully by this point you have had a chance to do the reading already. Tell me, what's the key thing you've learned from the reading so far this week? Great. I want to tell you about a time when I had an opportunity to do some estimating. I had a client come to me, and this was a client I actually hadn't met with before. It was a brand new product manager from Family History. They came to me and said, hey, I have this trifold that I need to have done. I need to have it done in 10 languages. About how long do you expect that would take, and what do you think it would cost? So it was in an email. I quickly shot back to him my estimate based on my previous experience. What did I do wrong? Now, you could have put a number of things that I did wrong, but one of the first things is a project manager should not actually ever be doing the estimate. And if I do provide an estimate, make sure that I put a really good caveat around it saying, look, I need to really look at your project before I can say anything. Turns out this particular trifold really came to bite me because it ended up being for the managing director of the Family History Department, and 8 weeks for a trifold, although that had been my experience, was just way too much for anything of that size and of what it should have been. It ended up causing a big, well, actually a good opportunity within our department to figure out how we could do things better as a department so that we could take what really should only take about 3 weeks down to where it should be. It had been taking 8 weeks. So anyway, just a really hard lesson learned about estimates and schedules. All right, I just want to talk to you about some of the things that are due here in the next little bit. You've completed proof number 1. Hopefully that turned out for you. I know some teams struggled. Some teams just pulled it together and were able to do it. Now, part of working together as a team and doing these proofs is figuring out your team dynamic. So those of you who have struggled, I encourage you to try to work harder with your team. Try to get a commitment out of people. And if team members really aren't participating, I need to know that. This time, for the first time, you're going to need to provide a schedule and an estimate, and then I also expect a report on how your estimating went as far as the contribution of each team member. And team members, your score on this this next paper, is dependent on how much time you spend. Okay, so proof number 2, take a look at that. It's another assignment that I need to have you put together as a team. Take a look and let me know if you have any questions. Make sure you participate in your teams this week, and also that you participate in the class discussion. I will see you next week.